Hello everyone, welcome to the continuation of our project. That's our game AR project, the Updown Candy House project. So in our previous lesson, we were able to work on our killer and then these assets, okay, and then the GIF. So now let's do something with our behavior. So let's click on the behavior. I'm going to draw this up. So let's see. So now when this is played, okay, I call it the Candy House play. Okay, when it's clicked, you need to click on trigger tab. What do you want it to do? Okay, so click on action and then we want it to first play the game sound. So where is play audio? Come here, there's no audio, so there's no audio. I'm going to select this. If Adobe Aero comes with its predefined audio files, but we don't want that, we want our own audio file. So I'm going to click on select file and look for my audio, the location of my audio. So there's the audio file and I want the BG Music. Okay, so whichever game sound that you downloaded from Pixabay Music, you can use it. But this is something that I purchased and I'm not able to share. I'm not allowed to share it. So whichever game sound you have or you downloaded, you can use it. Now click on open. I'm going to use ambient sound just so it feels realistic and both ear like when it's moving, you can feel it from one ear to the other, like give us that spatial effect, sound effects. Okay. I'll leave the sound to 100% and then I'll set this to, I can leave it to, or I can leave it that way or just make it infinite. Let's leave it this way. Okay. And then let's try it. Okay. So it's playing, but I'm not recording the audio so you can't hear, but I can hear it. So now we've worked on that. And then when that is played, we also want our first pink glazed donut. I'm going to change it. Let's change it to. I'm going to rename it. So to rename, you can double click, and then I'm going to call it first. Press enter because I want to give it a different property, and then yeah, the last donut which will be at the back. So I'll give it another property. So we would want it to spin. Okay. Or let's make it rotate. Let's see, rotate. Or we can make it bounce. Okay. Okay, so it's bouncing, but we don't want this kind of bounce. So we want it on the, let me see the axis, the y axis. So I'm going to increase the y axis to let's say 20. Click on play. Try it again. Um, so instead of the y axis, let's use the x axis instead. 20. Okay. And then we'll give it a rebound of let's say 3. Okay, we'll set it to infinite. Okay, it's set to infinite. So let's preview it and see what we have here. So now when I click on play, okay, so the music is playing, but this is still showing. This is fine. Okay, so we would work with the proximity sensor so that when the person gets closer to the donut, it vanishes. Okay, that's how we want. Or we can also decide to make it when the person taps it, but tapping is going to be easier. So we want the person to go through the experience, like to pick up the donuts by just passing through them, and then we use the proximity sensor to do that. So we need to hide this when it's played. Okay, so we'll click here, then we'll hide it. So let's go to preview. So it's hidden. Now we'll work on our donuts. So I'll go to trigger and then click on our first donut. That's the name we give to it. And when the user clicks proximity enter, so with the proximity, let's use 10 centimeters. Okay, so when the person is 10 centimeters closer to the donuts, we want it to vanish. Okay, so let's click on hide. Okay, that's okay. And then we want it to make a sound. So play audio. So the audio is going to be a select file. So we want our pickup coin. Okay. As usual, we'll set this to ambient sound. Okay. We'll not set it to infinite. Okay, because we want it to play once. Okay. So when I preview it, you wouldn't hear it since I'm not recording the sound. So you can see it's vanished. When I go closer to our donut, 10 centimeters, you can see it's vanished and then it plays a sound. So like I've picked the coin or the donut. Okay. Yes, so with our killer selected, when the candy house is played, we want it to move. Okay. So let's give it an offset on the x-axis. Let's say to 800 centimeters. Then our count, we can make it, let's say 6, infinite, and then play, sorry, back and forth. Let's go to preview. Then let's see what we have here. So you can see it's moving back and forth, and then it's going to do that until we program it at game over. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate it by clicking here. So killer, duplicate it. Then I'm going to move this one here. Then I'll send it back somewhere here. And then I'll change this to, let's say, 1500. Set this to infinite. Okay, because it's duplicated, it has the same values. So when we go to preview it, let's see what happens. So you can decide to duplicate as many as you want, but because of the time limits, okay, just so we don't do, I'm just going to do these two. Then I'll do additional donuts in our next lesson, and then we'll try to finalize everything. So see you in the next lesson. Thank you.